Okay, what is going on, everybody? My name, of course, is Lord Redux, and welcome to a special video here. And again, I am aware that I am broadcasting, basically, and I don't know how to edit and craft, so please don't leave that in the comments. I am bad, I understand, but I like doing what I like to do, which is play video games. But anyway, today I'm going to do a special thing which I haven't done on this channel yet, and I'm going to be comparing two video games for you guys, and the games, obviously according to the title, are Battlefield 1 versus Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. And already Battlefield 1 is going to get points off, no, I'm joking. I'm going to be playing on Battlefield 1 just because I've been addicted to Battlefield 1. I have played Infinite Warfare, so don't worry about that. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare three different modes. The single player, multiplayer, and then the third option, which for kind of like that third game mode, and which will be Infinite Warfare Zombies. And then since Battlefield 1 doesn't have any new modes, or new technically third mode, I'm gonna add compare it to the brand new mode that they have in, which is Operations. But I hope you guys do enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe if you did, and let's get started. So we're gonna start off with comparing the single player campaigns of both Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare. And I will say right now that I'm actually surprised at both, given the fact that both games are not really single player centric. Well, as of late. I remember when Call of Duty was caning single players, but now lately it hasn't been. But I'm actually surprised at this. So I'm going to go in order, and we will start with Battlefield 1. So the Battlefield 1 campaign is basically split into 5 different chapters called War Stories, and it's basically you take control of a single soldier through 5 different campaigns, from the Gallipoli, sorry if I butchered that, invasion in 1915, to serving under Lawrence of Arabia in the Middle East, to the Italian front, and so on. You command a tank, plane. The 5 campaigns you control a tank in one, fly a plane in another, and then you're an infantry soldier in the remaining 3. What I do really like about it, not only the fact that it's actually really good, but also the fact that it flows very smoothly, which is surprising. There's not really any loading pauses. You do a mission, you get a cutscene, and then immediately, without any loading screens or anything, it shows you into another mission. And it's got that smooth flow. Now, War Stories each are split up into, we'll call them missions, so split up into 2 to 4 different missions. Probably the longest, maybe 30 or so minutes long, depending on your playstyle. The entire campaign, can be completed. It's very short, actually. It can be completed within 3-4 hours at most. So it's not that long of a campaign, but it's actually got a lot of flow, and it's very intense. It portrays very well the actual feelings and destruction of World War I, which is really good. That's a very good plus on not Infinite Warfare, sorry, on the end of EA. So I congratulate EA on a fantastic, on what I personally was, I believe, the best Battlefield single player ever. Granted, it was short, but just given how it fully portrays World War I between 5 different battle areas, it's very fantastic. And the missions are varied too, which is good. It's not just go get to point A, capture in point B. There are those missions there, but there's also a lot of grab some parts for your tank, flying missions, get to here and protect. So it's not always fully just get to point A, capture, and that. There's also variety. Not a lot of variety, but it is pretty good, and that is a bonus for EA. So Battlefield 1 campaign, pretty good. I like it. Now on to the Infinite Warfare campaign. The Infinite Warfare campaign is actually a story, and it was decent. Now I want you guys to be aware, I came into Infinite Warfare with low expectations. I was not expecting Infinite Warfare to be good at all. And I will say this for this part, the campaign, at the very least, the campaign blew my mind away. I did not expect the campaign to be that good. So basically, it is the future. You are where basically every planet is colonized. 30 years prior to the beginning of the game, to where the game takes place. the Selma Defense Front, which is basically another faction, breaks away from Earth with their homeland on Mars, and they basically declare war on Earth. That's where the game begins, on Earth in Geneva, Switzerland, where they destroy much of the United Nations, of the UNSC fleet, which is basically these giant spaceships. You are a commander of that fleet, and after the command, both the captain and the XO officer of the spaceship Retribution are killed, you are officially in charge of the Retribution. And your task is basically to defeat the Selma Defense Front by any means necessary. I will say that I was actually hooked. Now, a lot of people will not like the campaign per se, but I actually, at the end, I actually cried a little bit. And I haven't really cried in video games, and you could say, oh, well, you're pathetic and everything, and go ahead. But I personally liked the campaign. I thought it was a really good campaign, and it was so intriguing with all the characters and everything. Personally, for those who have played it, my favorite character is Ethan. Ethan was just one of those special characters. But not only that, it's basically got the same feel as Battlefield concerning how it's played out. It's basically a cutscene. They're all loading screens, but at the beginning it was basically cutscene mission, cutscene mission. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm an idiot and everything. I'm not making a lot of sense. I am really tired right now, but I wanted to do this video. But not only that, a lot of people hate the space missions, which I kind of liked actually. There are basically three types of missions. There are the main missions. There are super carrier missions, which are basically Selma Defense Front super ships that you have to board and destroy or do certain objectives. And then there are air-to-air missions and Jackals. Concerning Jackals. Jackals are basically space fighters, and basically you take control of your own Jackal and you go and destroy certain targets and come back. The campaign was very intriguing, although I will say it was short. It didn't really have a lot of feel to it. It was just, here's the bad guy, kill the bad guy, and that was basically it. At the end though, the ending of it was the last two missions were very intense in my opinion, and I actually really did enjoy them. But overall, the campaign with all everything could take you about 6-7 hours. And then once you finish the campaign, the campaign for the first time, you will get another difficulty for it, and if you beat it again on that difficulty, you get the next difficulty. So there's replay value there, and it was very, very well enjoyable. Now, which one had the better campaign? Both had really good campaigns, in my opinion, so it's kind of difficult to choose, but I'm gonna give Battlefield 1 the edge. Just because of the fact that it portrayed it very well. It lived up to the name of World War I. Like, this is what actually happened in World War I. This is how it went down. This is how it was. Now, not saying that Infinite Warfare is bad by any means. There's a very close race between what the better campaign is. But just that knowing that EA fully portrayed it very well, even though there are automatic weapons, which actually, for people who are upset about that, there were actually automatic weapons in World War I. Were they as so many as the game portrays? No. It's not like every soldier had an automatic weapon, but there were automatic weapons in World War I. But because EA portrayed it so well, I have to give the edge to Battlefield 1. So right now the score is 1-1. So number 2, multiplayer, and we're going to go backwards this time with Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare is basically just like any other futuristic Call of Duty, especially with Black Ops 3. I haven't fully really been able to explore multiplayer, but I do find it enjoyable. It is a fun game for you to try out and have a little bit of fun with, which is good. If you want to have a fun game. Multiplayer, it is very fun, and I do enjoy it. I do not like the microtransactions, though. It is very annoying, and I do not like the like the elite and legendary variants of weapons. That gives it an unfair advantage, and that reminds me of Advanced Warfare. I really do not like that. But besides that, it's actually a very decent multiplayer. Is it the best multiplayer that Call of Duty's had? No, not by a long shot. And actually, that goes to, in my opinion, it's a tie between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. But concerning multiplayer Infinite Warfare, I would give the multiplayer a 7 out of 10. It is a decent, it is a pretty good multiplayer. It's got its problems, which I know make a lot of people mad, and it is a futuristic setting, which not a lot of people like. But the movement system is pretty good. The weapon balance is pretty good, at least from what I've seen, and I enjoyed it. So, again, 7 out of 10. For the Battlefield 1 multiplayer, it is amazing. You can see I'm not really showing it because I'm tired and everything, but I'm actually having so much fun playing the Battlefield 1 multiplayer. I had so much fun playing the beta when it was first out, and I've had a blast with this already. Even though it's basically a lot of just gas, which is true, there were a lot of gas usage. But in this game, it's basically if you use gas, you have to put on the gas mask. Makes sense. But the biggest problem with the gas mask is you cannot aim with it on. You have to take it off. So that doesn't really help in close quarter combat. When you want to aim, you have to move out into the open and you're more prone to get killed. But there's so much customization here, and not to say that Infinite Warfare doesn't have any customization, I forgot to mention that. There is a lot of customization with attachments and everything in Infinite Warfare. So, there's so many different ways to play. And I'm going to go back to Infinite Warfare for just 1 second. What I personally like is the different functions. Like, some weapons can be split into a Kimbo, some weapons can be turned from like a sniper rifle to a assault rifle. That makes it fun, and that makes the game's battles unpredictable. So I like that. But anyway, back to Battlefield 1. There's so much customization, not only in weapons but vehicles. You can have different tanks or planes, and those separately can be customized for different weapons. So overall, Battlefield 1 gets a 9 out of 10 because it's little things like gas and everything kind of just ruin it. The weather, oh my god. Weather makes it just so much better. Like right now, as you can see, it just turned foggy. So now it's hard to see, which is really cool. So multiplayer, likewise, oh jeez. Multiplayer Battlefield 1 takes the cake, and so right now it's 2-1. 2-0, sorry. Finally, we're gonna have the third mode to end this, and it will be Infinite Warfare Zombies versus Battlefield's Operations. Zombies is zombies, and I haven't really played it so much to talk about it, but it does look like a lot of fun from what I've seen. There's a lot of variety, and it's one of the most ambitious zombie modes yet by any group, and you expect it to be bad since Treyarch is basically the king of the zombies. But Infinity Ward's first zombie map in one of their games, I think from the looks of it, and I've only played one game, but I think their ambition paid off. It looks like a lot of fun, and I am excited to keep playing it. Now, to Operations. Operations is a very ambitious idea. So basically what happens is there's an attacking and defending force. It's basically conquest. You want to take certain kind of. Basically, the attacking force wants to take flags, 2 to 3 flags on the map. Once they take that, they push them back to another defenders back to another sector. And you want to keep doing this until all sectors are captured. If that happens, it goes to a separate map, another map. So the game keeps going. And then if the attackers win on the second map, they win the operation. The defenders want to hold them back as much as possible. And there are different waves of attackers, and on the last wave, the attackers can either bring in a dreadnought, an airship, or an armored train to give them support. And if the defenders can hold back the attackers, they win the operation. So while it is actually really cool, and I actually like it, I'm going to give this edge to Infinity Ward for 2 reasons. One, zombies, and number two, it's basically still multiplayer for Battlefield 1. Operations is still basically multiplayer. So the score is 2-1, and the winner is Battlefield 1. Now, I'm not saying that Infinity Ward is... Infinite Warfare, sorry. It's bad by any means. It's actually a lot of fun. Personally, I think EA... And there's always a war between Battlefield and Call of Duty. And usually Call of Duty will always win. But I think this year, EA has won. Their game is just... It's more fun. It's more ambitious. And it paid off very well. Infinite Warfare did pay off. Its ambition did pay off. But not to the extent of Battlefield 1. So that's what I think of the games. I believe Battlefield 1 is better than Infinite Warfare. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments below. What do you think is the better game, Battlefield 1 or Infinite Warfare? Sorry, this wasn't a full in-depth review of both. And I'm sorry it's been screwed up lines. I've been tired all week. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. Again, leave in the comments below. What do you guys think is the better first-person shooter this year? Battlefield 1 or Infinite Warfare? And if not those two, what do you guys think? I know Titanfall 2 is doing really well. So leave in the comments below. What do you guys think is the best FPS of 2016? I hope you guys do enjoy. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.